This meeting is being recorded.
Okay. So this entire course is designed for the people who are not too much friendly with the SaaS, although you are now, right? So this
Thank you.
entire first class is just to give a idea that what is SaaS, SaaS के surrounding में क्या हुआ है, कैसे वो बना है, क्या चल रहा है, and all those things, right? So we
Done,
will
done.
go into deep that what kind of SaaS is there, क्या चल रहा है, क्या नहीं चल रहा है, and everything. Any point of
Okay.
time when you're feeling like you have a query, please feel free to ask, and we will solve that query at that
Will
point.
do. Will do. Will do.
Right. So this is the today ka point of discussion, like what is SaaS, history of SaaS, why SaaS future is exciting, right? What the benefit of SaaS and different between IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS, right? So this two term, I don't know you heard or not, that IaaS and PaaS is again a term which comes from SAP or something like that, right? Okay. So what is SaaS? When search on a Google or something, so you will find this kind of pura ka pura description, ki software as a service, this is that data, right? But I have my own concept of SaaS, and this is very exciting. Whenever I feel any service whom you are giving, so you are giving to a any user. कोई भी आप service और किसी user को आप दे रहे हो on the form of software is a SaaS. All right. Now the people who are into this industry, they can give you multiple definition jargons and all, but for me, if I'm giving any service to any user and that is in form of software, that is SaaS for me, to be very honest and to be very simple language में ये आपका रहेगा. The moment you understand this, right, you will easily determine that what is SaaS and what is not SaaS. Until unless we are not understanding what is the real meaning of SaaS, we will getting confused कि real SaaS क्या है, normal SaaS क्या है. हम फिर पूछने लगते हैं कि एक्सेल भी तो सॉफ्टवेयर है तो वो SaaS क्यों नहीं है,
Right.
जीमीट क्यों क्यों SaaS है. So these all
Right.
things happen, but
Right.
if you understand the code that any services which you are giving to a user in the form of software is a SaaS. Simple.
Mm, 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 mm.
Now, so SaaS basically, this SaaS term coined in 2000, around 2004-5 के आसपास में ये हुआ था. So if we go back when the computer was like this, right? Then we feel like नहीं थोड़ा सा upgrade करना है. Then we launch laptops. Then NASA launch, the smartest computer. So
Mm.
why required SaaS? What is SaaS, existence in entire this world? So if you go back in history, अगर आपको कोई data किसी को देना रहता है, if you wanted to share some kind of file or share some kind of, any kind of images and videos, so we had that kind of, pen drive होता था, CD होता था, floppies होता था. These all things were there,
Right.
and it was
Right.
very tough, very hard, right? So AWS come in a picture in 2006, and they launch a cloud where you can store your data and anyone can access those data, anyone can easily use that data, and then SaaS comes in a picture.
Okay.
Now, on a day-to-day basis, what SaaS has impacted? So the most important thing is Excel converted into Google Sheet, right? Now, Excel is again a software which required desktop. वहां पे आप install करोगे, data वहीं पे रहेगा. You cannot share. You have to share via mail or something like that. But when Gmeet comes in, that makes life very easy, right? वो लोगों
Right.
का बहुत आसानी से काम हो रहा है. लोग आराम से एक दूसरे के साथ मीट करके वहां पे
Right.
फॉर्मूले लगा पा रहे हैं, काम कर पा रहे हैं. So this is happen. One more example in B2B, in B2C तो आपका Excel Google Sheet बन गया. But in B2B earlier it was Oracle. Sable was a solution जहाँ पे कोई भी कंपनी इंस्टॉल करती थी Oracle. अभी भी लोग यूज करते हैं,
DBMS,
right?
basically DBMS, if I'm not wrong. Oracle पे
Correct,
इतनी कुछ नहीं थी उसमें.
DBMS, correct. So that was there, right? But when Salesforce comes in, so क्या हुआ, वो पूरा ऑटोमेट हो गया, आपके कॉस्टिंग पूरी बच गई, आपको सर्वर लगाने की जरूरत नहीं है, सेटअप लगाने की जरूरत नहीं है. You just have to pay and use the entire solution. So that happened. One more example is Photoshop and Canva. Now this
Mm.
entire presentation which I have made is on Canva. Simple है, easy है, मैंने कोई डाउनलोड करके नहीं रखा है. मुझे जब चाहिए होता है मैं अपडेट कर लेता हूँ, चेंज कर लेता हूँ, and this is so easy to use.
Right.
One of the most important thing which SaaS converted is entertainment industry and gaming industry. So ये बहुत बड़ा example है हमारा. Earlier if you see, हम अगर मूवी देखना होता हो, या तो हम हॉल में जाएंगे या तो हम सीडी या डीवीडीज खरीद के रखते थे, राइट?
Right.
एक दो बार मूवी देख लिया, खत्म कहानी. Same happened with games. So usko change kiya hai Netflix ne, usko change kiya online gamings ne. Now this is $1 million industry just because of SaaS, just because of cloud. Why we all are talking about SaaS, why we all are trying to jump into SaaS, just because we have seen
Right.
so many growth in last years, and on a survey, there's a percentage ki abhi bhi, if you see averagely, any company use minimum 16 number of SaaS solution, whether it's a startup, big company, small company. So
Right.
16 SaaS solution वो use करती हैं अपने एचआर को मैनेज करने के लिए, अपने सेल्स को मैनेज करने के लिए, अपने आफ्टर सेल्स को मैनेज करने के लिए, अपने एम्प्लॉय के अटेंडेंस मार्क करने के लिए, फाइनेंस मैनेज करने के लिए, रिम्बर्समेंट मैनेज करने के लिए. सो दिस ऑल थिंग्स हैपनिंग लाइक बाय 2023 86% कंपनी विल यूज SaaS solution only, और कोई नहीं. So this is the future. This is why we all are talking about SaaS. India going to be the $1 trillion इंडस्ट्री इंडिया की तरफ से होगा SaaS में कंट्रीब्यूशन. एंड ये 2030 तक होने वाला है. मोर देन 5 पीपल वर्क इन अ SaaS, राइट? सो ये सारी चीजें ऑलरेडी हो रही है. There's a one more exciting news is coming recently that India is the third largest SaaS producer in entire world. So the first is UK, second is China, and third is India now. So this is what happening, and that's why we all are excited about SaaS, and that's why we all are talking about SaaS.
Right. Very right.
Right. Now, what is the benefit of SaaS? Like why we should use SaaS, why we should talk about SaaS, right? So this entire SaaS को मैंने 3 category में डाला है, right? So the first category, which is as per the user के point of view से कि why SaaS is important. Easy to use, it is easy to scalability, easy to implement, right? So agar if I talk about, you have worked in B2B, right? So you know about the SAP, right? You know about
Right.
the Ariba, you know about the Tally. These all
Right.
solutions are already there, right?
Right.
When we think about the utilization, I find SAP very complicated. It's very hard. I don't know you have worked or not, but it's very
No,
hard
it is.
to understand.
नहीं, from a salesman point of view, if you're talking of a typical जो पुराना old school अभी भी चल रहा है product sales का,
Right.
I mean it's a real time problem where सामने वाला बोलता है the purchase manager or the account, most of the time purchase manager कि सर आपका कोड अभी क्रिएट नहीं हुआ है, SAP ले नहीं रहा है, तो आप और एक हफ्ता वेट कीजिए, आपको पीओ बाद में आएगा. अरे यार, एक कोड की वजह से your PO is gone for a toss. So this
Right.
happens with SAP most of the time. एंड कुछ चेंजेस कराना हो तो दे से नो सर, एसएपी में फेड है ऑलरेडी, वी कैन नॉट डू एनी चेंजेस नाउ, द पीओ हैज बीन रेज्ड. तो
Correct.
यस, देयर, आई मीन टू एन एक्सटेंट वो डायनामिक उतना नहीं है. आई मीन प्रॉब्ली आवर एक्सपेक्टेशन हैज ग्रोन नाउ, सेइंग दैट व्हाई कांट यू बी फ्लेक्सिबल, बट यस, एसएपी से ये
Yeah. True. Nitin, I just lost your voice just now. Yet not audible. Just inside my iPhone. Audible to you? You are not audible, but uh, आप एक बार हेडफोन वापस से जो ये प्लग आउट प्लग इन करोगे क्या?
कैन यू हियर मी नाउ?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
So two things. When you told about SAP, I was talking of the purchase order. I hope that you got
हम्म.
it right. वो ऑडियो तब
हाँ
तक ठीक
हाँ,
था.
that हाँ वहां तक.
हाँ, तो उसमें और एक है अरीबा, SAP अरीबा. I mean, where we there are few private companies, many private companies for that matter. They when I mean where they put their tendering wala kind of a system for deals.
Right,
And
right.
I was saying that ki till you're 35, 40, a mid young range, not a young, you get to know ki technology idhar jana, ye press karna and all that. But from the vendor company, like let's say I work for Bata, there are other companies like Rahman, Allen Cooper, blah blah blah, and they
Hmm.
want to get into that system. There are people who are 45 years plus,
Right,
और उनको ये पल्ले नहीं पड़ता. तो ये लोग क्या
correct,
करते हैं, बिकॉज एसएपी अरीबा में आई बिलीव दे डोंट हैव अ चैट सिस्टम नॉर अ ऑडियो सिस्टम. They
correct.
put us on a group WhatsApp call and they have a live commentary going on कि आप लेफ्ट में जाओ, उधर आपको एक नीला बटन दिखेगा, यू क्लिक ऑन दैट, ड्रॉप डाउन आएगा, उसमें आपको थर्ड
Hmm.
ड्रॉप डाउन सेलेक्ट करना पड़ेगा. So that kind of a spoon feeding happens to people on Ariba. So if you're talking SAP, yes, I know the pain. What happen it impacts. So yes, it is more
Right.
of a static. It's more of a static or outdated technology now.
Correct. So this is what I was talking about. So benefit of SaaS is this. The first is like very easy to use. Uh, if I talk about, like, so Ariba ke against में there are so many bidding platform is there, like even Traco have their own bidding platform. So बहुत easy to use है. And that's why this all ERP, which is, going to up, like kind of either they have to update or either they are going to, replace by some other solutions.
Right, right,
Easy to scalability that is also there, so you can
right,
scale your SaaS as per requirement. So SAP may whatever you have paid, just that's all you are going to get.
right,
But
right,
in
right,
SaaS, if you want to कि नया मॉड्यूल चाहिए, नया ऐड ऑन करना है, नया कोड लिखवाना है, नया डिजाइन चाहिए, people are ready to do it and give it to you.
right,
Easier to
right.
implement. It's a head pain task to implement any kind of regular software apart from SaaS.
Yes,
क्योंकि क्या होता
agree.
है, there's so many people going to involve, there's so many training sessions going to happen, but in SaaS it's very easy to implement because वहां पे अपने आप आपको points दिख जाते हैं कि कहाँ पे click करना है नहीं करना है, and all these things happen, right?
No, no
Let's take
doubt,
an
no doubt.
example. Yeah, yeah. So the first part, why benefit of SaaS is like on the point of user का. Now the second part is on the point of कि क्या पैसे बन रहे हैं, क्या पैसे बचा सकते हैं नहीं बचा सकते, ठीक है. So the सबसे आसान lower upfront and cost, right? So सबसे पहले तो SaaS में कोई upfront cost नहीं होता है. It's kind of you pay and use module. So the more you pay, the more you will use, right? Second, maintenance and updates का कुछ नहीं है. If you get a SAP in your company, you need a person for SAP handling only.
Right,
SaaS में ऐसा नहीं है, right?
नहीं.
No data loss. In SAP, you entire data is there in your laptop, in your server. अगर कुछ होता है तो सारा data चला जाता है, which is a huge loss for the money, right? Okay. Third part, now we have talked about the user के point of view से, we have talked about the पैसे के point of view से. The third point कि अगर आप किसी कंपनी स्टार्ट कर रहे हो या SaaS स्टार्ट कर रहे हो, उसमें क्या फायदा होता है? Why SaaS is important for if you're going to start a software company? You can sell anywhere, anyone. The first entire globe have different kind of policy for software. For
Right,
manufacturing, you need trade license, blah 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 blah, right? You need a physical office and all and all. But in SaaS, you don't need physical office, you don't need trade license, something like that. So we are using Netflix, right? We are using different solution. We are using Gmails, and there are so many solutions which is there. Canva, probably Canva का India में office ही नहीं है, right? So these all things
right,
happen for the founders, and that's why they are moving more towards SaaS.
right,
Second point is again you can get hired from anywhere because now it's work from home wala concept is there. People just get paid on the basis of whatever they're working. And the best part now, even in India, people are pushing to get the second job and third job. Earlier अभी लोग accept नहीं कर रहे थे, पर अब क्या है कि you can work for two companies at the same time. Even Mahindra ने आज ये statement दिया है, just for
नहीं,
your.
but I think विप्रो वाले ने तो moonlighting कर दिया है, तो I mean now it is we have been on record now saying that yeah, moonlighting is happening for sure.
Yeah, that is happening. That is happening. And the most important part, fast expansion is very much important for SaaS. People get, 10,000, 20,000 user base in a month, in a week, and that happened. Now, when we talk about SaaS, the most important part, who are using this SaaS solutions, right? Who are the people who are using? So जो हमारा concept रहता है ना कि किस इंडस्ट्री में जाएं जॉब के लिए, किन
Right.
लोगों से मिले, किन लोगों से
Right.
बात करें. So for me, if you see around, just look around, you will find a SaaS solution, you'll find a SaaS company, and you can target those companies maybe for client or maybe for getting the job. So everyone using SaaS, not a single person out there who say कि मैं SaaS use नहीं कर सकता. So in our organization, if I talk about, because we are into SaaS sales, so we will more talk about the sales and marketing part. So we sales people are using SaaS. They are using SaaS for prospecting. Prospecting के लिए they are using Lucia, Apollo.io,
Upload
Hunter,
file.
right? They are using lead management के लिए SaaS. So lead management के लिए they are using CRMs like Close, Pipedrive, HubSpot, right? They are using deal tracking के लिए again CRMs are there. Data reading के लिए they are using MongoDB, and these such solutions are out there for sales people. For marketing, managing content, there are solutions who manage content. So Quillbot is one solution who write the content AI basis पे. Social media management, so there are solutions who manage their social media posted, right? Designing के लिए Canva is there, email marketing के लिए Mailblast there, Mailchimp is there, right? So these all solutions are already there, and even in a single part. Again, when you do the sales, when you do the marketing, the client success happen. So here ticket management tool is already there, chat call bot already there, right? So we are talking to, agar you have talked to Swiggy service center mein ya Zomato service center mein, the chat system they are using, it's a SaaS solution, right? Ground people ka management ke liye they are also using SaaS. So if you see in SaaS, in sales only, यहाँ पे 20 से 25 सॉल्यूशन तो ऑलरेडी एग्जिस्ट करते हैं जो लोग यूज कर रहे हैं सिर्फ सेल्स में. फॉरगेट अबाउट एचआर, फॉरगेट अबाउट फाइनेंस, फॉरगेट अबाउट ऑपरेशन. सिर्फ हमारे सेल्स में ही 20 से 25 सॉल्यूशन लोग यूज करते हैं और वो डे टू डे बेसिस पे चल रहा होता है. The most important question कि कौन है SaaS में? Who are the top companies and whom you can easily understand कि ये SaaS में. So Salesforce is the one of the biggest SaaS company in entire world. Why I'm talking about Salesforce? Google क्यों नहीं, Microsoft क्यों नहीं? क्योंकि Salesforce पूरा का पूरा SaaS विदेश है. Microsoft, Google कुछ PaaS में भी आते हैं, IaaS में भी आते हैं, but Sales is totally a SaaS based company. और इसने ही बहुत बड़ा नाम किया था, and he probably Salesforce is probably one of the major pillar for creating the SaaS vibe entire world. Second,
No, you can
Microsoft is
say
there.
that.
So
I can,
yeah,
commenting on the Salesforce part. I mean, you look at the aggressiveness. I mean, I'm talking back
right,
in 2005. I have used Salesforce. So we are now in 2022. So
right.
back then it was not serious. Number one कि भाई
Mm-hmm.
sales वालों को भाई data क्यों भरने देते हो यार, ऊपर से उसमें online. It's not that you want me to
Correct.
write in a diary, but now you're telling कि भाई real time उसको online करो, so that I have
Mm-hmm.
the data real time. But it was not that the most interesting part of Salesforce then was, it was not like I was working in a very well-known company. If you're working in a
Mm-hmm.
well-known company and you have a Salesforce, you should not be surprised. Like that is a very
Right.
basic by default kind of thing. I used to work for a channel partner to make it like simpler as a dealer,
Mm-hmm.
where he was using Salesforce to manage the sales data.
Correct.
Of course,
Mm-hmm.
he's a leading distributor, he's a leading channel partner, hardware distributor, themselves go into crores together in their turnover. But now, as I see SaaS growing and as I see Salesforce where today it stands, मतलब एक छोटा सा डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर डीलर है, छोटा ही मान के चलो एज कंपेयर टू
हाँ.
हेवलेट पैकर्ड, एंड ही इज यूजिंग SaaS. Either to say two ways about कि भाई look at the way how futuristic that dealer or distributor or channel partner is, and the other way around is look at what vision SaaS had then कि भाई छोटे कंपनी को हम छोड़ेंगे नहीं, उतना ही हमारा हमारे इज्जत उनको भी रहेगी, and
Correct.
the offering is affordable because even he can use it. So
Correct.
now I can understand the gravity of Salesforce, because back in 2004, I believe hardly anybody knew Salesforce.
Yeah, yeah, true.
So that's what I mean. Yes, Salesforce, yeah, very close to my life in terms of the example.
Right. So सॉरी, उसके अलावा भी SaaS कंपनीज है. सो दीज आर द टॉप 10 कंपनीज जिसमें से मैंने 6 का नाम लिया है. क्योंकि कुछ कंपनीज रिपीट होगी आगे, you will see. So Microsoft is again, they have launched their own, teams and all. So they also trying to come into
Right.
SaaS, and they have big money, so they are one of the leading. Adobe
Right.
Creative, FreshBooks is one of the leading Indian company which comes from Freshworks. So Freshworks ka part hai Facebook, which is
Okay.
making crack on SaaS. Zendex is again a good company, and Paycheck. So these
Right.
are the few companies who are top in SaaS entire world. Mein.
Right.
Why I'm
Right.
showing this? Because I want you to understand what is the vision of entire SaaS, and you should understand कि किस fall में. If you see this Salesforce company, they are into sales CRM, right? If you see the
Right.
Microsoft, they are into operation automation. If you see
Right.
the Adobe Creative Cloud, so they are into creative. जो लोग content create कर रहे हैं and editing में, for them they are like this. If you see the
Okay.
FreshBook, so they are for the finances and all. If you see the Gendex, so they are again into operations. If you see the
Right.
Paycheck, so they are into payment and reimbursement. So
Right.
everywhere you can make a big company in SaaS. It doesn't matter your client is B2B or B2C, or you are treating in a very small circle, but you can make a very big company in SaaS, and that is what SaaS is all about.
Right. Right.
Now we have a three kind of kind of as which is a as a service. The first is software as a service. This is most kind of what I say, kind of most known now, but there are two other providers like PaaS, platform as a service, and infrastructure as a service, which is also required. And back then people used to have platform as a service and IaaS as a service, right?
Right. So
So
when you see infrastructure as a service, are we talking companies like Entity Docomo who have their
correct.
own data center? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you know most of the things, so this is pretty common
नहीं
for
नहीं
you to
नहीं
understand.
definitely no. I mean, I would love to revisit because uh, the best part here I'll tell you as a hardware guy. I mean, I used to
Mhm,
sell computers, data centers. पहले when I joined, it was dual core. Intel key.
mhm,
I will tell the chronology how the roadmap went. Then when I was
mhm,
already finishing my career in that, it went
mhm,
to Core 2 Duo. Then it went to Quad Core.
mhm,
And on the server side, we were talking of AMD was also there at the same time, very powerful in the
mhm,
server and the data center space. But the interesting part of SaaS is the whole, whenever there was a new launch, Intel used to do all Gango in the Bangalore wala facility, and we used to have a very good time there. जब भी कुछ
mhm,
processor launch हो, call all the sales guy, all the channel partners guy, throw a party and all that. So
mhm.
the whole narrative was कि आपका जो अभी का सॉफ्टवेयर है वो मेरे हार्डवेयर से कम है, ज्यादा है, तो आप प्लीज अपग्रेड कर लो. दैट वाज द होल
Okay.
नैरेटिव, राइट?
हाँ
आप
हाँ.
सेलरॉन से
Correct.
क्यों आगे बढ़े हो? पहली बात, नहीं सर, माइक्रोसॉफ्ट 200 MB जगह खाता है, आई वुड वांट अ फास्टर प्रोसेसिंग, मेरा रैम अच्छा होना चाहिए, मेरा रोम अच्छा होना चाहिए, तो
Correct.
प्रोसेसिंग स्पीड फॉर दैट मैटर 1 gig 1.5 gig, आई बिलीव, आई डोंट नो व्हाट इज द प्रेजेंट हार्डवेयर का कैपेसिटी, बट वी यूज टू टॉक ऑफ 2.8 gig 2.3 gig, which seems to be like a joke now.
Mhm.
After this SaaS, the main interesting part why I'm interested so much is it has completely nullified the narrative.
Correct.
भाई, सेलरॉन का सिस्टम है, हाँ जी, क्रोम है, नहीं जी, क्या है सर, एज है, प्लीज कैरी ऑन. तो वी आर टॉकिंग ऑफ ओनली अ ब्राउजर विच हार्डली, आई बिलीव, इंस्टॉलेशन का कुछ, आई डोंट नो, यू शुड टेल मी द बैक एंड फाइल कितना हैवी होगा, 5 MB होगा, 6 MB होगा, आई डोंट नो.
कुछ नहीं बहुत. So best part.
योर वॉइस वेंट, योर वॉइस वेंट. नो नो नो.
Hello.
या योर बैक.
I'm audible.
या
Okay.
या
Okay.
योर बैक.
Zoom have some issue. ठीक है. So the best part of SaaS कि like even you are having a application, desktop application, वो उतना स्पेस वो 5 or 6 MB का खाता है, but entire thing is on online. तो वो जब
Cloud, naturally, on the cloud, on the external infra. So,
right,
yeah, the whole hardware narrative is gone for a toss. Yeah.
correct.
Till you say कि भाई मेरा IP का major है, I need to have a stronger data privacy and all that. Probably you'll have a data center which is a closed circuit, closed WAN. So yes, I agree. Please, please, please.
Yes, so this point which you talk about, I will have my closed servant and all. So
Right,
that's
right,
come in PaaS, platform as a service. In this, you will get a hardware, you'll get a software, you'll get a infrastructure, you'll get a everything in your premises. People will help you to develop, run, manage the entire solutions, right? So there are companies like L&D, companies like maybe uh, Google or some company. So they also use बाहर का software. So not like कि वो अपना ही software use करते हैं. They also use बाहर का software. बट क्योंकि लेट्स टॉक अबाउट मेटा राइट जो फेसबुक है दे
right.
हैव डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ SaaS फॉर यूजिंग बट SaaS के अलावा वो PaaS भी यूज करते हैं विच इज अ प्लेटफॉर्म सर्विस तो उनके ऑफिस में पूरा डेटा सेंटर बना हुआ है सर्वर लगा हुआ है हार्डवेयर लगा हुआ है एंड सॉफ्टवेयर भी उन्हीं के लिए डेवलप हो रहा है सो दैट एंटायर थिंग इज अ PaaS राइट नाउ व्हाट इज इंपॉर्टेंस ऑफ PaaS फॉर अंडरस्टैंडिंग SaaS this is the concept which was there before SaaS. So if you don't know the past, you will not understand why SaaS happened.
Naturally. Yeah, that you are very right on that. I can relate to it because once upon a time I sold computers
Right.
in a single
So
sentence. But I got it.
right. So उसमें हार्डवेयर की कॉस्टिंग होती थी उसमें आपको इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर की कॉस्टिंग होती थी
Yeah,
दिस
yeah,
ऑल थिंग्स वाज देयर एंड पीपल यू आर लाइक काइंड ऑफ पानी की तरह पैसे बहा रहे थे और वो बहुत बड़ा
right,
दिक्कत था दैट्स व्हाई
right.
SaaS इंपॉर्टेंट हो गया
Naturally,
now but this contact pass is already have like abhi bhi ye chal raha hai there are few companies who are selling it out and there are companies who are buying Microsoft Azure is one of the leading
right,
company in pass Red Hat का भी है SAP which we are talking SAP HANA भी आ गया है अब ठीक है and Amazon Web Services again ना infrastructure like kind of pass तो ये सारी चीजें ऑलरेडी ये कंपनीज दे रहे हैं there's a one more as is basically infrastructure as a service. Now here you'll get an infrastructure, not the entire platform or nothing like that. You'll only get the hardware part, which is an infrastructure. जहाँ पे आप सॉफ्टवेयर तो अपना यूज कर रहे हो बट यू आर टेकिंग द हार्डवेयर पार्ट फॉर यू जहाँ पे आप हार्डवेयर मैनेज कर रहे हैं सो दैट इज इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर एज अ सर्विस एक चीज one more thing I'll like to bring here like one point is there this all three things have a one single common that is a as a service right
right.
software as a service platform as a service
Service.
infrastructure as a
Yeah,
service
as a service.
when we talk about as a service that means we have to understand that anyone cannot own those things they have to pay recurring version
Right,
ठीक है so
right,
even in past ये सारी कंपनीज जो दे रहे हैं प्लेटफॉर्म सॉफ्टवेयर इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर सारी चीजें जो दे रहे हैं वो रेंट पे दे रहे हैं बाद में वो ले
right,
भी सकते हैं ठीक है
right,
सेम
right,
हैपनिंग विद द IaaS सो IBM क्लाउड इज वन ऑफ द बिगेस्ट कंपनी ठीक है वो अपना प्लेटफॉर्म देते हैं और उनके कंपनियों से रन कर रहे होते हैं ओरेकल है गूगल क्लाउड है वेरिजॉन है ये जर्मनी की कंपनी है सो दिस ऑल कंपनीज आर वेरी बिग एंड दे आर गिविंग IaaS now so when we discuss entire future कि SaaS से क्या हुआ क्या नहीं हुआ that come to one single point कि IaaS PaaS now they are very small they are very small in numbers they're very small in revenue and very small providers are there in entire industry but SaaS going to boom and that's why we are learning how to do the SaaS sales and how we can create a entire career in this
point taken.
so this is the first session which we have, right? Now we do have a sessions assignment which you have to do, which will help you to understand more, which will help you to do the more, data analytics and do the more, what I say, like as you mentioned in morning कि वो recording class रहता है तो recording में ही रह जाता है फिर आप complete नहीं कर पाते हो तो लाइव का ये है लाइव क्लास का ये है कि आपको असाइनमेंट करके देना होगा नेक्स्ट सेशन से पहले एट द एंड ऑफ दिस सेशन यू विल गेट अ सर्टिफिकेट यू विल गेट अ कनेक्शंस एंड एवरीथिंग बट ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है दिस entire session is not happening कि मैं आपको बस ज्ञान दे दूं जो भी है this all session happening because you have to utilize all these things and you have to get
Right,
the job you have to get the things which you wanted to do
right, right. No, I mean, moreover, Pratik, what my takeaway is very clear on whatever I'm doing right now with you. Number one, yes, industry, आएगा, people who have been there, done that, they'll come and probably interact, and I'll have very specific questions to ask कि भाई ये क्यों ऐसा क्यों and all that. Also, the most important part in your thing which I agree upon is you are a SaaS guy running a SaaS company and trading on SaaS.
राइट
ठीक है, तो आइडियली अगर मैं आपका SaaS का कोर्स अगर 5 साल के बाद लेता हूं तो मेरे लिए और फायदा है, बिकॉज उस 5 साल में प्रतीक हैज ऑलरेडी गॉन टू हिज ओन एक्सपीरियंस इन द SaaS इंडस्ट्री
राइट
एंड हाँ, तो यू आर कैरिंग अ रियल टाइम SaaS का एक्सपीरियंस विच कीप्स हैपनिंग एवरी डे, एंड द बेस्ट पार्ट इज यू आर इन द सेल्स पार्ट ऑफ इट, एंड एवरी डे इज नॉट द सेम इन सेल्स, तो हर दिन
राइट
कुछ ना कुछ निकल के आता ही है, दही उसके अंदर से या कोई भी कुछ भी बोल लो उसके अंदर, तो naturally that is there, so it is quite clear. I mean, I don't see it as a gyan, but yes, at the same time, it's good that you're putting it across and saying, hey boss, this is what I want to teach and this is what I gain, so completely
राइट
due regards to you on that. So it's not
राइट
that कि पैसिव मैंने कर लिया ये बस ऐसे ही करना, that's definitely not the case.
करेक्ट
So how do
सो
you want me
दैट
to
अगर
submit this has to submit the mail?
सो आई सेंड यू द मेल जिसको इसके बाद मेल पे सारा इन्फॉर्मेशन रहेगा, ये पीपीटी भी उस पे रहेगी, इसको क्लास का रिकॉर्डिंग भी रहेगा, ठीक है। सो मैं तो क्लियर कर देता हूँ कि व्हाट इज असाइनमेंट। यू हैव टू फाइंड आउट 2 SaaS कंपनीज, डजंट मैटर वो
Okay,
किसी भी इंडस्ट्री में हो, किसी भी टाइप का हो। यू हैव टू फाइंड आउट टू
okay,
SaaS कंपनीज, यू हैव टू फाइंड आउट द डिपार्टमेंट दे कैन बी यूज्ड, ठीक है। एज आई टोल्ड यू कि यहाँ पे हर डिपार्टमेंट के लोग यूज करते हैं, सेल्स,
got it.
मार्केटिंग, ठीक है। तो कौन सा डिपार्टमेंट यूज करता है, देर 2 कॉम्पिटिटर। अब उस दो के दो दो कॉम्पिटिटर कौन कौन से हैं, ठीक है। एंड वाई यू विल बाय दैट SaaS सोल्यूशन, जो आपने
Right,
पहले 2 SaaS सोल्यूशन लिए हैं, मतलब जो सेलेक्ट किया है, उसको अगर आपको खरीदना हो तो आप क्यों खरीदोगे,
क्यों
सिंपल,
खरीदोगे?
ठीक
Fair
है।
point,
सो द
we'll do it.
सो ये आपको करना है, आपको सबमिट करना है। वन मोर डिस्क्लेमर मैं देना चाहूंगा। पहला क्लास जो ये ब्रीफ था सैस के बारे में, ये मे बी थोड़ा बहुत आधे घंटे या बहुत कम टाइम का था। अपकमिंग टाइम्स दिस एंटायर सेशन विल बी लॉन्ग, मे बी
Right.
1.5 hour 2 hour, तो थोड़ा सा आराम से बैठना पड़ेगा आपको।
No, no, no. तो नहीं नहीं, fair point यार, मतलब ये we are talking of a session which happens 5 to 7, right?
राइट
और this happens on Saturday and Sunday, कैसा, how does it work out?
सो आई पहले मैं 2 दिन देता था, ठीक है, दैट इंटायर सैटरडे एंड संडे। बट नाउ आई फील लाइक कि सैटरडे एक वीक में एक दिन इनफ रहेगा, क्योंकि 2 दिन होने से क्या होता है कि जो पूरा पहला, जैसे आज आपने किया, फिर विल हैव टुमारो, राइट। तो आज वाला और कल वाला वो प्रोसेस होने में थोड़ा टाइम लग जाता है। सो दैट्स व्हाई
Right.
आई वाज थिंकिंग, बट अगेन व्हाट यू सजेस्ट वी कैन हैव दैट, नॉट इशू।
नहीं नहीं, I mean, I think very right. आप 2 घंटे का रखोगे, if it is intense and if you get a fruitful assignment, should be okay with me. And हाँ, 5 to 7, I work all fixed days. अब तो वर्क फ्रॉम होम चल रहा है तो थोड़ा फायदा है उसके अंदर का, आई कैन स्विच
राइट
ओवर एंड टेक अ ट्रेनिंग एज सच, तो मेरे लिए कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है। आई मीन हाँ, प्रोवाइडेड यू फील कि हाँ नितिन ये ज्यादा एक्सटेंड नहीं हो रहा है, ऐसा नहीं कि आपने एक 9 घंटे का कोर्स, आई रिमेंबर यू सेड इट्स अ 9 hour थिंग,
9 hours
it should
को
not happen that it gets stretched to 2 months or 3 months. So when do you,
नहीं,
how do you want to plan it out? I mean, when you say Saturday, आज हम थर्ड पे हैं, तो you're saying कि भाई
थर्टी
you
फर्स्ट
said
तक ये, या पर वीक 1
ये
क्लास,
होगा,
31st
okay,
तक।
31st तक होगा, तो the next Saturday class is where you will have some people around and you will have the industry guys
या
around.
या या
Fair, fair point. Fair point
है
on
ना,
that. So
नो
that's how
इशू।
it is. मेरा भी कुछ चल रहा है। आई मीन आई टोल्ड यू अबाउट द एम्प्लॉय थिंग, इनफैक्ट आज भी एक से कनेक्ट किया मैंने। There's
जस्ट गिव
a
अ मोमेंट, लेट मी स्टॉप द रिकॉर्डिंग, ठीक है।